So guys, we're going to get started here for our first ever live video. I've been told by some people that I may have been writing backwards, but it's looking right on my screen. So we're going to move forward with that. And we'll chalk that up to a first time mistake because this is our first live stream demonstration we have ever done here at Bold. We're excited to share this kind of webcast with you. We think it's going to be a great way for you guys to see the new features we're adding to apps, as well as be able to interact with us, ask questions, and kind of, just have a discussion about the new stuff that we're adding to all of our different apps. So I want to let you guys know we are live streaming in 3 different places. We're currently streaming to Facebook Live to our page right now. We're also streaming to our YouTube page. And lastly, we're streaming to our main stream. Now, in the comments section of the Facebook and YouTube streams, if you guys are having difficulty, if it's choppy, the best quality stream will be found via a link in the comment section. So if you're having issues, click that link. It should be there, and then watch on that live stream, and you'll get the best viewing experience possible. This live stream, we're going to go through. I'm going to give you a demonstration of our Build-A-Box feature for recurring orders, show you how it works, show you how you can use it to build a subscription box. And I'm also going to kind of show you how it works on the front end, so you can kind of get the customer experience and how it would work for merchants once you have it set up. If you guys do have any live questions throughout the live stream, please submit them. I have the questions available right out here on my computer. So as I'm going along, if you have questions about the functionality or just something you see, please feel free to just submit them there. If you submit them live on Facebook or YouTube, we're not streaming live to Instagram yet. We will see them there as well, and we will be able to answer any of those questions. So I look forward to doing this with you, and I'm excited to do the first ever live stream, the first of what we hope to be many. So let's get started here. I want to bring in my screen. All right. And I won't force you guys to look at me any longer, so let's pull up we're gonna go full screen on this. So hopefully now you guys can see my screen. So today, as I mentioned, we're gonna be talking about our Recurring Orders app. Now, our Recurring Orders app is one of our most popular apps right now. And those of you who are using it will likely know why. The idea of subscriptions or monthly plans are really popular in e-commerce, and for good reason. It's a great way for store owners to make recurring monthly revenue so that they'll know exactly how much money they're making every month. And it's a way for them to build loyalty with their customers, which is another great way to make some extra money. From a customer's perspective, it makes it easy for them to be able to receive the same product every time of the month, right? So say for example you have coffee and you want to be able to get a bag of coffee every day so that you don't have to forget about reordering it later on. Recurring Orders allows you to do that. It allows you to offer subscriptions on your store so people can just subscribe to receiving coffee every month. Another thing it now allows you to do is the idea of a Build-A-Box. So the idea of a Build-A-Box is something that is becoming really popular nowadays. And a good example of it is from our friends over at Kathy's Table. So what they do is they offer a subscription meal plan. So you can actually subscribe to get a set number of meals on a weekly basis. And that gets delivered to you every week and charged the same amount. But what's unique about this is that you're subscribing to one product, right, which is the meal plan. But the meal plan consists of several different products. It consists of 8 different kinds of chicken or beef or that kind of thing. And of course, customers want to be able to swap out their meals. If they get 8 meals delivered to them one week and 2 of them, they're kind of like, hey, I'm not really a fan of this. I want to swap it out. They can do that with Kathy's Table. They can swap out individual meals. Now, meal plan is like one example of this kind of offering. You could do the same thing with coffee subscriptions. If you want to get a couple bags of coffee each month and you want to be able to rotate through those coffees, as well as many other examples. So this is something that we were really excited to add to recurring orders because a ton of people have been asking for it. So without further delay, I want to show you what it looks like on the front end for a customer who could be going through, say, a meal plan experience with recurring orders. Afterwards, I'm going to go through it and I'm going to show you how exactly you can set this up on a recurring orders store. So I'm going to head here to our demo store. I'm going to scroll down here. Now, the meal plan, when you create it, it's going to be like any other product. So it's going to appear as a product on your store. But what's unique about it is there's going to be a little widget. And we're going to wait for this to load here, and you'll be able to see what I mean. So you see here, we got our Build a Box weekly meal plan. This widget here is what's different about it. So we can decide how many meals do we need a week. Do we need 8, 15, 23? These are all arbitrary numbers, but we could, as a store owner, you can make this however many at whatever interval you like. I'm going to leave it at 8 meals a week because I'm just going to be ordering for myself today. I got $55 as the price. This is another neat feature. So when I subscribe, I can decide whether I want to deliver it on, say, Monday or Wednesday. And again, this is an arbitrary date. You could have it delivered on all the different days of the week. These are just the options that we specified, which I'm going to show you through in a bit. I'm going to stick with Monday because, it's the beginning of the week. It's the best place to do that. So let's click Select Choices here. And when I click Select Choices, it's going to proceed to the next step. So while it goes to the next step, one thing I want to bring up is anyone who's currently viewing us live, you have the ability to go back in time. So if you missed something that I was talking about earlier, or if you're just tuning on now, thanks for joining us. You can just drag that little timeline and bring it back to the beginning, just like a PVR, and you can watch from the very start. Or you can watch live like we're at right now. So you can see the pages here. It says I have 8 selections to make. So it's asking me to select basically the items that are going to make up my box. And in this example, it's the meals that I'm going to receive every week. So I can go through, I can see, well, chicken Parmesan looks good. There's a little description. I don't know, I'm sold. I don't even need to read the description. I'm a fan of chicken Parmesan. So let's hit the plus button. Let's add 2 of those. Let's maybe add 2 of the salads. You don't make friends with salad, but in this case you do. So you see I have 4 selections remaining. I'm going to add 2 of the chili, maybe 1 of the creamy chicken, and I can't resist the hearty winter salad in summer. So let's do that. So you see I now can proceed to the checkout. Notice that little cool effect as I scroll down, it kind of hovers. So if you have a bunch of different meal options, that proceed to checkout button will always be there. All right, so we're going to proceed to checkout. So it brought us to our recurring orders checkout where I can make a purchase. As you can see, from a customer perspective, it looks like I've just bought 1 product. Nice and simple. It doesn't have a huge list of all the different meals I ordered. It's just I'm subscribing to receive 8 meals a week every Monday, recurring on a weekly basis. I have a payment due of $55. So let's go through the process here. I'm going to type in my email, and now you guys can see my email address. If you want to send me something lovely in the email, I would appreciate that. And we're going to enter our office address here. So again, if you want to send us a card or something, that would be lovely. Let's wait for it to load. Select Manitoba, R3Y. There we go. All right, so now we got our address entered. Let's hit continue. Now I'm taking you through this process of the checkout because I want to show you how it brings in the shipping rates live. You see we've got our live shipping rate of $10 here. This one actually I think it's a fixed rate because we just want to charge a flat amount. I'm going to enter my credit card information. And before any of you guys get any funny ideas, that is not actually my credit card information, believe it or not. So don't try to go on Amazon and buy stuff with it. So we're going to accept the terms and conditions, and we're going to place the order. So I wanted to show you guys this because as well, we're going to see what it looks like in the back end once this order has been placed, how the order looks in Shopify, and how it's it's a seamless process. So it looks like it's processing now, so we'll give it a minute or two. Boom, there you go. Thank you for your purchase. I am now subscribed to this meal plan. Let's go over here, and I'm going to go into the back end of my Shopify store, and I'm going to pick up into my orders, just so you guys can see the back end of how it's going to show. Oh, there's a purchase by Kevin Wild, myself. And there you go. So what's neat about this on the back end is you can see that I purchased my Build-A-Box weekly meal plan for $55 a week. But we also show you the meal selection. So when you're fulfilling this, if you're offering a meal plan, or if you're offering say a coffee box subscription, you can see what bags of coffee or what meals a person subscribed to, so that fulfillment is easy. You can see exactly which items go through, and you can fulfill the product, refund it, or do whatever you want right from there. We also have pass through details like when they ordered it and what count it is, so you know if they've been a long time subscriber or if they're just new to your offering. As well, guys, just wanted to remind you as we continue to go through this, if you have any questions, feel free to submit them live, either on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. As well, if you're having trouble viewing this webinar, if it's getting choppy, again, I can't see the quality, so I hope it's not, but if it is, just look in the comment section and click the link we specified there. It'll give you a link directly to the best quality live stream, so that you guys can watch this and not have any glitches. So let's head out of this order process, and we're going to go into the app itself. We're going to go into recurring orders. So I'm going to scroll through here, click on my Bold app. All right. So we're now in recurring orders. So if we want to create a Build-A-Box experience, we're going to start by going into subscriptions. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you about before I click this button and go in is, before you get to this stage, all of the products you want someone to be able to subscribe to need to be created. So you need to go into products, and if you want to offer a meal plan, you need to have a meal plan product, right? So you can see, I should have my product in here. I forget what it's called. Here we go, Build-A-Box weekly meal plan. So I had to create this product with a description and the price and everything. And then you also need to create all the options that are going to compose this box. So as you can see, I have all my meal plan products in here. I've got all my Big Chicken Parmesan, the one that I am looking very much to eating when it arrives. It won't. But see, you got to create all those products ahead of time. So once you have that done, then you go into the app. Just save yourself time and start with that right away and make sure those products are created. You always can edit the products later on. So if you don't have images now, don't worry about it. Just create the products so that you can create your box and you can upload the photos, change the description, etc. At a later time. So let's jump into subscription. So I'm going to show you the group that we have. So with recurring orders, you create subscription groups. So this is basically a available subscription on your online store that someone could subscribe to. You can see on this store that we were showing you, we have a bunch of different kinds of subscriptions that we've enabled. But I'm going to show you the group that was just displaying the type of subscription that I was demoing earlier. So that is the Build-A-Box, the example for customers here. So I'm going to jump right in, and we're going to edit this one. So when you create a subscription, you'll have the option of selecting the subscription type. So you can see here, we've already selected Build-A-Box. But if this is your first subscription, you'll click this box here and you'll select Build-A-Box, and you'll be able to give it a name. This name is just internal. It's just so that you can identify what subscription this is. So we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to be able to see what interval we want to offer this subscription at. So we have a few options. You can do a select order interval, which basically allows customers to choose to receive your subscription, your box, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. That's great for some stores. Some other stores may want to limit that, and they want to limit people to only having one option. So if you select a fixed order interval like we did, you can specify how frequently it's going to get delivered, and that will be the only option. So for example, we have it delivered every 1 week. That's the only option that we have available for this subscription, right? So when would we like to charge customers is the next question we're going to go through. So we have a few different options here. So we can do purchase date. So if I subscribe on a Thursday and to a weekly subscription, with this first option, I will get charged every Thursday. Now, disadvantage to this route is that as a business, you're going to have people getting charged all throughout the week. Now, that's actually a kind of an advantage and a disadvantage. An advantage being you're going to get like revenue all throughout the week. The other option is we have the option to charge customers on the same days every week. So we can say, you know what, charge all my customers on Monday. I want all my orders to be processed and everyone to get charged on Monday so I get all my money at once. Or you can select multiple options. And like I said, if you select multiple options on the front end, customers will have the option to select which day they would prefer to get charged. How long would you like subscriptions to last? Most people are probably going to want to put this as no limit, because no limit basically means that if somebody subscribes, it will continue going forever until either you don't offer that anymore or they decide they don't want your product. If you select set max number of recurring orders, you can basically set a limit. So if you say you want to offer a year-long subscription and after that year ends, it's done, you can specify that with this option, and it will be over at the end of the 12 months. So that option is available if you like it. So next, we're going to get really deep into the Build-A-Box setting. So this option here is basically providing a lock time in which customers can change the meals or the coffees that create the box, right? And this is a cool feature, and one that only recurring orders has with a Build-A-Box. When somebody is subscribing to, say, this meal plan, maybe they don't like a meal. Maybe they get it and they're like, man, this chicken parmesan is on point, but this winter salad is bunk. Well, then you want to be able to swap this winter salad out with something else. That's what this feature's for. Now, the problem is that we may not want people to be able to swap out the day before, the hour before we charge. Because if you're a meal plan business, chances are you're making those meals the week before and leading up to that. And if somebody swaps out, or a bunch of people swap out a meal, you may have a ton of extra winter salad on your hands and run out of the delicious chicken parm. So what we can do is using this feature, we can lock down a time in which people can make changes. So you can say that no one can make changes within 3 days of being charged. And you can specify that to hours or days, whatever works best for you. And the last option is you can lock orders certain days away. So as a business owner, you may not want people going in and modifying orders 6 months down the road, what kind of coffee they're going to get 6 months down the road, because you may not know the options of beans that you'll have at that point. So with this option, you can basically prevent people from getting too far ahead. So that is a cool feature. So we're going to continue here. It's going to save. Again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to submit them. We'll answer them live here. Looks like I've got quite a few people watching, and which is awesome. And we're hoping you're enjoying this live demonstration. One last time, if you're joining us live on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to ask questions in the comments. We'll copy and paste those into our regular webinar so I can answer them for you. And if you're having problems with the quality, ensure you look in the comments section of Facebook or YouTube so that there'll be a link in there for our direct stream, which is going to give you the best quality. So make sure you click that link. Join us live if you're having issues watching this webinar. So now let's get to the fun stuff, right? So we're in the Build-A-Box and we need to create what's going to compose this box. Now this might get a little complicated, but I'm going to do my best to ensure I'm carrying you guys through this, and I'm making this as simple as possible. With the meal plan idea, so if you're going to create a meal plan, how often these work is customers may have the option to select different meals, like chicken parmesan, that lovely winter salad that I mentioned earlier, or you may want to create labels. So labels basically allow you to specify a type. So for example, as you can see on the screen here, we have a chicken dish, we have a sirloin dish, a soup dish, a stir-fry dish, a chicken dish, beans dish, etc. The reason why we have labels is that you can assign products to different labels. So you can say, well, that bean, bean casserole we offer is a beans dish. That way, if at one point down the road, that bean casserole can't be sold, you just can't make it anymore, you made it too many times, you're just done with it, and you want to offer a new bean dish, and you say, get rid of that bean casserole and you replace it with a new bean dish, everyone who subscribed to a bean dish under this label will have that new recipe automatically added to their subscription and the casserole removed. So this is super important for you to be able to swap out products at a later time. Another example, and I'm going to go back to the coffee, is you may have labels for light roasts, medium roasts, and dark roasts. So people can decide what kind of coffee they want, a certain bean, and if you run out of a certain bean, you don't have it available anymore, and you replace it with another dark roast, anyone who subscribed to a dark roast is going to get a new dark roast. It's simple. It'll prevent them from getting something they don't want, which is ultimately going to be great for your customers. So we have to go through and create all these product labels. So we've gone through and we've created them for you already. But I want to show you what it looks like once you've created one. All we're going to do is specify the name. So click in chicken pasta dish, click save. That is our label. We can just hit add label, have a different name, click save, and we can add as many labels as we want. Next, once we have all the different labels we want to offer, we get to select our box sizes. So again, you probably remember seeing this in the front end where I had the option of selecting, do I want 8 meals, 15, or 23 meals? These were all created in the back end. So if we go into box size and say, add a new box size, we're going to link it to the product from the front end. So remember I had mentioned earlier, or maybe you weren't watching live then, but I'll say so again now. Before we're creating the subscription, we need all the products to be created in Shopify. So when we're creating box sizes, we're going to select a product. We'll select the product, our weekly meal box that we want to associate with this option. That's going to import the price from that product and bring it into our recurring orders app here. So you can see that we have an 8 meals option for $55, 15, 85, and 23 is 150. These 3 prices are all just being pulled from the price that you set within Shopify under products. Okay. Next, when we're creating a product, is we specify the number of products that are going to go in that box, right? So for our 8 meals a week plan, the limit's 8. 15 meals, 15. I think you get the point. So we're going to create these 3 options. We're going to scroll down, and we're going to be able to create an assignment. So this is kind of where, this is where all of the labels that we created earlier are going to come into play. So I'm going to go and edit here. And as soon as I create labels, it's going to bring the labels into this section of recurring orders. So you can see here, I've got my chicken pasta dish, my sirloin dish, my bean dish I mentioned earlier, all here. I get to select the products that are associated with each of these labels. So if this is my chicken option, I'm going to go through and select all my chicken options. And if I'm doing bean, I'm going to select all my bean products. I'm going to go through this whole list here, all through my labels, and associate the products with the labels. Again, the reason why we're doing this is if somebody selects a chicken dish and that chicken dish is no longer available, we want to be able to easily swap it out with another chicken dish. Once we've gone through, we can just click save and then click I'm done. I didn't save, but I'm going to go through anyway. That is going to create our Build-A-Box. And again, that's what's going to create a product like this on the front end. Right? So this is a great way for you to create subscriptions. And it doesn't have to be a meal plan. It's a great way for me to demonstrate this product. But if your Build-A-Box is figurines or jeans, I've literally seen jean subscription. So if you want to subscribe to getting new jeans monthly, that'd be great. Or things like underwear, socks, that kind of thing. You can allow people to swap out of individual items that go into a box. This is a neat way for you to increase the value of each of your customers, knowing that they're on a recurring monthly subscription, and that charge is going to go through every month, and you're going to get some guaranteed revenue. So I've gone through the whole kind of demonstration here, and I don't see any questions from the audience yet. So I feel like, I hope, I'm assume that I've done a good job of explaining this to you guys, and that you guys have kind of got an idea of how this feature works. This build a box feature is exclusive to recurring orders. So if you want to use, or if you want to offer a meal plan or a build a box or any type of subscription, yes, any type of subscription, you should be using our recurring orders app. It is by far the most powerful way to increase the lifetime value of your customers and also have them set up on recurring charges. It's a fantastic app, and it's actually probably one of my personal favorites that we make. The last option I'm going to show you here, just because this is something that people may not know that we always can do, is I can sign in. I'm going to click sign in here. And I'm actually going to log into this account here. So we support Shopify login. So if you did offer a meal plan service or a coffee subscription or any kind of subscription, a customer could create an account on your Shopify store, log in. It may look different on your store depending on your theme. They can click manage subscription, and that's actually going to bring us to our manage subscription page. Now this page can be completely customized. It can be embedded into your store. You can have the design changed, the colors changed, so you can match this to your brand. But this page actually allows people to go in and update their credit card, change their order date, view the products, swap out different products. So if I wanted to say swap out, say my Maxwell House coffee for a different kind of coffee, I can click swap, and I can swap it out with Death Wish coffee, my favorite brand of coffee. Hit swap, and that product is now swapped. So you could see how powerful this would be with, like, you know, a meal plan service or a coffee service, is that if somebody subscribed, they don't have to cancel and resubscribe in order to get a new product. They can do that all live on the fly. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this live demonstration of our recurring orders app. I hope it's allowed you guys to get an idea of the types of subscriptions that you can offer. I know that I've seen our customers create some fantastic subscriptions, and honestly businesses completely built around subscriptions and meal plans and all that. So I want to thank any of you guys who have joined our live stream. And if you do have any questions about a recurring orders app, you can definitely contact us at support@boldapps.net. We are always available to answer your questions there. If you want to get assistance with setting up your store and creating a similar product to how I've demoed here, email us and request to speak to one of our account managers. Again, support@boldapps.net. I'll say that one more time slower, support@boldapps.net, or support@boldcommerce.com works as well. One of our account managers can schedule a time with you and give you a dedicated time slot to work with you and set up your subscription. They'll walk you through the app, they'll explain each of the options, they'll make suggestions on how you can create a subscription business, and that is all complimentary. We do the whole install process completely free. On top of that, we actually offer a 90-day free trial for recurring orders. 90 days. So that means that you can install recurring orders and you don't pay for 3 months. And even if you decide to uninstall it after 3 months, that's fine. You won't get charged a dime. Within 3 months, if you enable this on an active Shopify store, there's a good chance you'll probably build up subscribers and the app will end up paying for itself within that 3 months. So I recommend you give it a shot. After that, the app is $19.99 a month. If you're on a direct live stream, you'll be able to see a button to install recurring orders below, or you go to the Shopify App Store and search recurring orders, and make sure to select the one with a little bold logo, as you can see right here from my cursor. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining to our live stream. I hope I was able to demo this feature great to you. We're going to be back next week with another live stream showcasing our Returns Manager app, where we added a ton of new features which will make it easier for you to handle returns on Shopify. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon, okay?